Welcome to the slightly revised script to my video on Scalar, the video game. The game where you play as a boy. Correction, a boy that just got turned into a lizard. A lizard with a tongue so good he has enemies respawning for more. And for the rest of the video, whenever you hear Scalar speak, keep in mind that that is the voice of a young Matt Mercer. See? It says so right here in the credits. Yeah, Matt Mercer, Scalar. I don't fucking know either, dude.
Did anyone get the license plate number of that truck? I got to stop eating that chili right before I hit the sack. It always gives me weird dreams.
Here we meet Leon. He just found a folder on us with all the info he needs to stalk us good. Here we find out that Scalar's real name is Bobby Jenkins and that he is a hero to all scaly lizard friends, the Guardian of the Green. And no, not that green swamp thing. Get the fuck out of here. So Leon goes and tells us to collect a lizard egg, so we go and do that, and then we team up with him. So, you fly to other levels on the back of this neat creature. This neat creature is also how you get upgrades. I'll tell you about that later. And this is the world map. I like how it's designed. The art style is really neat. It's nothing too fancy, but it has its own style, and I don't know. I love it. Levels, 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 levels. You have no idea how many times I have tried to record this segment. Anyway, we're talking about levels. There isn't a whole lot of fluff when you're playing the levels. There's no wasting your time, even when collecting the extra stuff. You don't go out of your way for them. That's something I really like about this game. Does not waste your time. And during the levels, there are these perfect circles that are just built in the landscape. Don't know how. But they're arenas and they throw enemies at you. How more cliche can you get? I don't know, but this is perfect and I love it. But even though it's a game and knows it's a game, at no point does it stop itself from being pure and utter eye candy. This game is gorgeous to look at, it's imaginative, it's creative, and it's oozing out of every hole of its weird lizardy body. I love it. So, gameplay, you have attack, double jump, and tongue. Now, the unique thing there is clearly the attack, so we're going to talk about the tongue. With the tongue, you can tongue things. Tongue egg-shaped destructibles, tongue enemies. You can tongue there just to see the tongue. You can pretend you're a tongue ninja. Anyway, enough of the tongue play. So, what do you do in this game other than walk around exploding and tonguing things? You ride rails, slay fucks, test your luck, get puked on, and transform into other lizards. Ah, yeah! Too bad for you, we're gonna talk about slaying fucks first. So, there are many fucks to slay, and each one is gonna be fun to play. Slay. Ranging from one-shots to invisible, please no get away, and bosses and weird things. And something that you can do nothing about is this scary bastard. You have to go invisible and crawl past him, or else this will happen. Fun. This scared me as a child. Now rails. You slide and ride, slick dick dive and hit leaves, spike shellbacks, and hate live because these can be a massive pain due to poor camera angles, but fuck me if it still isn't fun. It tests memory, reaction, and your goddamn patience. But it's still fun because the animation for jumping, switching rails, ducking, hanging from rails, and pulling yourself up are all really bouncy and snappy, and it's just fun to look at. So it's a bit of a pain, but it's not the worst thing. Yippee! Also, the camera angles do make it a pain, but they also make it stylish as hell, so it's a neat trade-off. I'm okay with it overall, just, man, these can be a little silly. Bosses are fun until this one motherfucking happens. Okay, we're not there yet. Bosses we'll talk about later. So, what's this about getting puked on I mentioned? Well, it's upgrading, of course. Looky here. Now I have more health. Now I can hold more AoE electro-splody. Now I can tongue longer and better. Hit me up, ladies. Not actually an upgrade. I'm sad now. Anyway, lizards! Yeah! You kill a certain amount of lizards in specific stages and you can transform into them on specific stages. It's rad. Sadly, there's not a lot of levels, so some forms only get used once, and the ones that get used more than once either get used twice or thrice. And that's all, and it kind of sucks, but that's okay, because they're still fucking awesome, and an awesome way to add more mechanics and random shit. First transformation, Bakudan. I know, it's like one letter off. Okay, I get, listen, okay, cutie pet, listen. This motherfucker rolls bombs. I like. And you can roll them into a monster's mouth and blow him the up. This is twisted and sick and immoral, and I don't know how to feel about this. I have one question, where do I sign? And so this transformation only offers one thing, bomb. But the bomb is the bomb, and it does what the bomb things do, and that is neat. Other than that, there's only two other things to know. One, the transformation jump sound. I love it. And two, he jumps as high as a paraplegic dolphin. Oh shit, never mind. Damn, dolphin, you got game. I'm sorry. Next form is ball. You press button and now you're a ball with spike. As ball with spike, you roll into things and they get hurt. Yay! Also, you go real fast. The form is called Croc. There's also special rails to ride as Croc. They're easy, but there's a little lip before jumps, and I kept thinking it was solid, but it's not, so I kept failing the jumps. Kind of annoying, but that's okay. One last thing, they made a fucking race course just for this form. Fly high, wear thigh highs, and call yourself do some. This fucking thing right here is pretty cool. I like it, and the level you get to play around with this guy is really awesome. Gorgeous purples and pinks, the level to get to do some, so then you can slaughter it and transform into it is fun to play as well. Overall fun transformation out of 10 and awesome level. So after you get the transformation, you have to complete a trial. It's just to go through the circles thing, real easy, no problem. If you miss a circle, you have to restart over, whatever. Then you have another trial, which is easy until it's not, and then you die like 17 times for no reason other than you suck. I like this form and the level they made for it. It's nice, open, and you get to fly all over the place. It's really cool. Only problem is this form only gets one level. It's not a bad level, it's just the only level it has. I'm not going to say it makes it feel like a gimmick, but I will say I wish there was more, because it's a really fun form and easy to get the hang of. Anyway, this form is called dunno. I like the name. Next form! It shoots. Its basic is a spread shot of 3, and then you enter sniper mode, and it turns into a fast-firing single shot. One of the enemies you shoot pops like a balloon. I enjoy it very much. This form's name is Fruzord. You may take my guns, but you can never take my Fruzord. That's it. Last form you get, and you use it once, just like dunno, but this one you swim. Kind of weird how you get the flying one first and the swimming one second. You'd think you'd get the cooler one second, but whatever. So, with swoom, yes, its name is swoom, and like others, I love it, you swim. That's kind of it. There are some water hazards like big scary dudes and thin annoying little dudes, and then these mines that insta-kill you. Other than that, you just kind of are swoom. Although, one very, very neat thing in land combat, swoom is the best fucking thing. You can stun lock and kill this super annoying bastard you see here. I don't know why, but you can. Fucking swoom, baby. So, before talking about the forms, I said there aren't a lot of levels. To be exact, there's only 15, and 5 of them are bosses. Bosses get their own level, and the boss levels are literally just the boss and nothing else. So that kind of doesn't fully count, except for the part where 3 of the bosses might just take the same amount of time as a normal level. Bosses are mean in this game, except for the first 2. But I'll talk about those later on. So, how long do the levels take to complete? Well, I'd say about 40 minutes, give or take. The game is not the longest, but I think that's a good thing. The game doesn't overstate its welcome, but it also understays it, sadly. The game feels like it goes by quickly, but not in a bad way. It's just the levels are constantly changing and evolving in part because of the forms, which keeps you on your toes due to new mechanics and making previous things you've done in the game harder than the last time, but not absurdly so, just enough to test you. I talked more about the levels, but I've already said what you do in them when I talked about the forms and other things earlier. But there was one thing I haven't mentioned, and that's wall climbing. It's neat, nothing too special, but there are these big snails. I like them. I like them. I like the tongue in the game, don't judge me, it's fun to use, quick, snappy, it's a fucking tongue, let me have this. Also, the levels are really pretty, especially with how much they changed the look of the levels. It's impressive how many different looks they managed to make look awesome. Big baddies bossing around, boastfully bunny buffaloes, yeah. This segment is about the bosses of the game. There are 5 of them. Well, kind of. One of the bosses is 3 bosses, but they're stupid easy. 7 bosses, I guess. Whatever. The first boss utilizes the first transformation, Bakadon. You bomb some thingies that are giving the boss a shield, then he comes out to pummel you into the ground. Roll bombs at him and win. Easy fight. His name is Iguana King, but why do we care? What's the importance of him? And who is he down in his soul? Well, to answer that, I don't care. Anyway, he was to be used by the big bad as a invader to Earth. However, one of them isn't an issue. That's why the big bad was going to make thousands and thousands of them. Oh my goodness.
He's going to clone those soldiers into a vast army and invade every plane in the multiverse, including Earth's.
Does he have a portal beacon?
Second boss is the 3 bosses. Now, normally in games, you'd think, oh my god, no. Not 3 bosses. No. But in this one, it's not a big deal because you fight them one at a time and they're all really easy. Anyway, they jump down from a flying beast. So, let's take a look at the first boss. What the hell is the boss's name? Let me look in my little book to find out because without it, I wouldn't remember her or the other 2. Alright, Jazz. She slides. You beat her, do some jumping, and then fight Rhombus. He tries to jump and pummel you. You beat him, do some jumping, and then fight Turbine. Turbine throws green stuff at you. He is stupid easy, but during the fight, the flying beast they rode in on starts shooting ice at you, so it makes it a little harder only because the fight will last longer because you can't get as many hits on Turbine. These guys are the easiest boss fight in the game, especially since you get so many health orbs. Story-wise, these three smucks were just lizard people as well as helpers to the big bad. And in the human world, Jazz is movie director, Rhombus is the CEO, and Turbine is a construction worker. Weird how the more basic one is the unique one. I kind of like that, actually. This is never set in game, however, when you beat each one, Scalar Bobby Jenkins makes a quip to each one of them referencing what they do on Earth.
Jazz, your movie career is over. Rhombus, you're fired. Turbine, your bulldozer has blown a gasket. We got company, and it's big!
Wow, something big sure is approaching. That's called my PTSD from this boss fight. At one point it took 2 hours to beat him. Another time it took about an hour and 30 minutes. This time luckily it only took 3 tries, which was probably about 20 minutes at most. There's a few issues with this boss, but all of them can be solved by throwing your head into the wall until you have a few concussions, except for one. Issue 1. You only do one other shooting segment in the game before this, so your understanding and skill of it will be minimal. However, it also does train you decently well with the fact that, like the boss, you have to make your shots count. And with the boss, you can just throw yourself back into it immediately, so it kinda cancels itself out. Issue 2. It's better to slightly aim and let the slight aim assist to do the rest. Normally you'd think, oh, I have to aim at him and this is hard. Until you realize just how good the aim assist is, you're going to get slaughtered and put into a Big Mac over and over again because the head bob you experience. Oh yeah, there's head bob. And even with the aim assist, you will be fighting the head bob. It's not too bad, just a little nudge and the aim assist will help you land a couple of shots. But not only do you have to fight the boss, but you also have to fight Bob the Destroyer of Aim. Issue 3.14, that's a math joke for all you math nerds out there. I might not get it and you might not get it, but it is funny. There's no health pickups in this boss fight. Except there are. You just don't know it because they are not shaped or colored like any other health pickups in the entire game. Not just up until that point, but even past this boss. But there is a slight red when you hover close to them with your crosshair, indicating you can shoot them. However, unlike the boss, the health has no aim assist, so hitting them is extremely tough. It's easier beating this boss without getting hit than hitting these fucking things. I won't start screaming about how this boss is bullshit or poorly designed. It's just mean. You have to make your shots count. You have to time your volleys, so when one ends, you'll have another going before it's too late. If you miss a shot, you get hit. If your volley comes out just a moment too late, you get hit. This boss is punishing and will kick your teeth in. So I'm not really upset at this boss. It does what a boss is supposed to do quite well. It's just nightmare fuel for what it takes to cook this crab. Something that has absolutely nothing to do with the last boss. This boss smells terrible. His name is Sergeant Buttbreath. Shithead? Boot camp. Whatever. He's a bitch. So this is he and he is mean. Goddamn. Not the hardest fight ever, but you gotta fail to succeed. And by that I mean he's gonna attack, you're gonna die, but next time you won't die maybe. Depends. For the most part, it's kind of like solving a puzzle. You try one thing, it doesn't work, now you do the other, and it does work. And after enough of that, he's dead. The end. Booger, Luger, main bad guy. His boss fight is tough, mostly if you don't have the upgrades that make it way easier. Other than that, you just gotta plan it out. So you have to use the electric bomb attack in order to defeat the mans, and normally use the rails to gain the bomb, but in this fight, Luger does certain things that let you charge up the bomb. All of those things involve dodging attacks, so even though you are gaining the means to kill the lizard man, you are also potentially dying to the lizard man. This fight is a 2-phaser. In the first phase, he is standing around doing electrical attacks at you. He also summons dudes to attack you. It sucks, but just electric bomb them away and you're golden. He also stops attacking when the dudes are alive, so that's nice of him. Really great guy, honestly. In the second phase, he will get face to face with you. It's very, very scary because he's very, very, very big. Keep electric bombing him and you win. Honestly, having the upgrades that increase bomb capacity is what determines if this fight is even tough. So as you're going through the game, you get cutscenes and you learn things from them. Like the story, kind of. Some things aren't actually explained in the game, or at least not too well. What the heck, guys? Where's my goddamn story? Although not a lot is actually missing, just some stuff here or there, but whatever, it's fine. So the story that I haven't said anything on goes something like this. After you team with Leon, a few levels later, you learn he has amnesia. Then he starts remembering things slowly and he attributes that to Scalar turning up. He remembers that he was a scientist working on multiverse portals, then a Microsoft blue screen oopsie happened and he got portalized to this this lizard dimension, where Luger captured him and figured out what the device was and improved upon it, then entered the universe where Leon came from. Later on, they figure out that Leon is Scalar's father, but Scalar's a little iffy on that, so it takes a little longer, and then he's like, yeah, alright dad, yeah, you cool. I like you, dad. You know, that sort of thing. Then the ending happens and the eggs didn't make it through the portal, and neither does Leon. I'm sad. That's really sad. That's sad. But wait, there's more! If you collect all the optional collectibles, which also gives you the currency that lets you buy upgrades, and you know how much I like the puking bird! So, you know, that's also an incentive. You get a new ending where Leon doesn't make it. Okay. Except he does make it, apparently. Leon, his wife, and Scalar live in Luger's house, and Leon doesn't remember any of what happened. So Scalar thinks something went wrong with the portal, and some multiverses collided or something, and leaves the room to get dinner. Then Leon says some stuff about the portals and how there's more to come. Sadly, there is no more to come.
Bobby, catch!
Yeah! No. Dad? You gotta make it! You gotta make it through! Dad!
So something I didn't touch on too much is Egg's a big bad steal, you know, for the lizards, mutating, and all that. So each one has a unique animation. It's not just some rehashed, reused one. Each one has personality and charm, and usually a little bit of a cartoony thing to it. So I'm gonna show you the ones that I have. I would show you all of them, but I don't have it recorded for some odd reason. So here's what I have. So, for sound effects, I'm going to let you judge yourself, but I like the sound effects personally. They're all really nice and wonderful, whatever. I don't really know how to talk about sound effects. They're just good. I enjoy them. Alright, let's talk music. So, the music is designed to accompany the video game. It's not something you're going to listen to in your free time. It is a video game soundtrack for the video game. Easy enough to understand. It does its job well. It really does. So yeah, lizards are among us. Or were among us. Yeah, I guess they kind of got taken care of by like a boy. Huh. You know, we have guns anyway, so if lizard people are among us, it kind of doesn't matter. Unless they wear bulletproof vests. Well, Oh, whatever. Basically, lizard people are real, and they either are still among us or aren't, but a kid can take care of them, so we're fine. Why are conspiracy theorists so intent on this? Anyway, Scalar!